Even though we are spending our summer this year in town by a road, we are soaking up as much country time as we can because that is where I belong personally. That is definitely what comes naturally to me. When I was a kid, I grew up on a farm. My parents eventually sold that farm and bought a different one, and they live in a home that they built after I was grown up. But I have very fond memories of the farm that we grew up on. Heading down to the spring, throwing rocks in the creek, playing with my sisters and my cousins and jumping on hay bales. It's exactly the type of life that we're trying to create for our children. We were definitely able to have a country lifestyle in our last house on our 7 acres, and we're in a bit of a transition time. For any of you who follows our story, you might know that for about a year we are living in a temporary home where we don't plan to stay forever, all while directing most of our attention and focus on the farm where we plan to put down roots. And I'm so looking forward to that. I'm dreaming about putting up the fencing and tending to the pasture and adding new animals and new garden beds and putting in fruit trees and all the things that you do when you know that you're going to be somewhere for a really, really long time. Long-term vision. That is what we are so excited about with our new property. But when we looked at our entire scenario, this temporary situation made the most sense. And I know we'll look back with fondness on this whole experience. Heading out to the farm every single day and seeing something new with our build project, dreaming, planning goals. It's honestly all a very exciting part of the process. And later in this video, I am going to be sharing with you a build update. There are new things every single day happening there, and it's getting really exciting. Definitely a very different season of life. But even in town, we're able to live our country lifestyle that we love so much. I'm very thankful for a beautiful backyard, a small little garden, plenty of cut flowers. We still do a ton of barefoot time, lots of free time, unstructured time to play, climb trees. We even keep a dozen chickens right in the backyard. We can do all of that right here in town too with a small little lot. Summer is my favorite time of year every year, and I try to hold on to every moment, but of course, like always, it goes way too quickly. Needed a few things to round out my capsule closet for the rest of this summer and the rest of this pregnancy, and I was able to do that with ThredUp. Thank you, ThredUp, for sponsoring today's video. ThredUp is the world's largest online thrift shop. I like that it's convenient and easy because I can find everything I need right with the ThredUp app. I filter by my sizes and by the brands that I like, so I can quickly come up with the things that I want to add to my wardrobe. I'm gonna show you some of the things that I picked out today. Since I'm getting so close to my due date, everything that I picked out also can double for postpartum time and nursing. First thing is this very casual, very perfect for the rest of summer nursing and maternity dress from Old Navy Maternity. It has an estimated retail price of $51 and a ThredUp price of $19.99. I picked up this tank top by Milk Nursing Wear. Again, it's just a nice summer staple and it'll transition great into postpartum time. It had an estimated retail price of $32 and a ThredUp price of $16.99. I paired the nursing tank top with maternity shorts by Isabel Maternity. They are in perfect condition, the perfect size. I don't wear maternity shorts a ton at all, but this is a very hot summer. ThredUp's also a great place to pick up accessories. I grabbed some things that I think go great with the outfits I chose. This J. Crew crossbody bag has an estimated retail price of $198 and a ThredUp price of $52.99. The J. Crew sun hat has an estimated retail price of $70 and a ThredUp price of $25.99. During pregnancy, overalls are so comfortable because nothing has to actually have a waistband or sit on anything. So I picked up these H&M Mama overalls. They have an estimated retail price of $50 $51 and a ThredUp price of $31.99. Shop hundreds of brands for a fraction of the price with my link in the description box below, and use my code FARMHOUSE50 to shop my ThredUp faves and get 50% off your first ThredUp order plus free shipping. Last year we found so many chanterelles on our farm, but this year all I found was dozens of ticks. Last year on this farm, we had no driveway, so we are exploring completely by side-by-side riding. I think that's why we're able to come up with more chanterelles. Luke's really looking forward to putting lots of paths on this farm so you can still use the woods, enjoy the woods without getting tons of ticks. Because anytime in Missouri you go into the woods in the summer, you're just guaranteed to get them. I wasn't able to find any on our farm, but we went to my parents' place and found quite a few in our usual spots. As we get more familiar with our farm, our property, I know that we'll have the spots that we know where to forage for certain types of mushrooms throughout the year, but we don't have much context yet. This is only our second summer on the farm, and we need more time to learn it.
They look real fresh.
See?
Those little ones have more flavor.
Mama, got that with my finger.
You did?
Daddy, Mama, these are gonna eat. Hold it up. I just got to eat.
I want to spend some time in the kitchen today embracing all of those summer flavors. One of my sisters has a peach tree, so I thought it would be delicious to make a peach strawberry crisp. I also have some strawberry lemonade kombucha flavoring from Farmhouse Teas. Even though I don't keep a kombucha SCOBY going in my kitchen, I do keep water kefir grains, and I find that the flavorings work just as well in water kefir. I'll leave a link down below to this particular flavoring. This one has strawberries, hibiscus, lemon peel, apple, pear, elderberry. It's just really good. They also carry cola and root beer and so many different types of kombucha flavorings, and I'll show you how I'm actually going to use them. Way simpler than you might think. I know when you first start with fermenting, it can be a little overwhelming, but it's kind of like sourdough. When you realize just how simple it is, you will really enjoy it. It's especially nice for me to keep going during the summer months because they're so refreshing. When you get them on that second ferment, they're fruity and bubbly. I put them in the fridge for a little bit after they ferment, so when you pop it open, it's cold and carbonated and delicious. I'm blanching the peaches in order to peel them, so just putting them in some boiling water quick and then into some ice cold water for a bit so that the peels just pop right off. I say just pop right off like it's super easy, which it isn't always, but it is easier than peeling them individually, and it's a special treat for the summer. We do have quite a few delicious peach recipes over on the Farmhouse on Boom blog. A sourdough peach cobbler recipe, some homemade peach preserves, peaches and cream oatmeal. There's even a creamy peach chicken skillet, which is one of our family's absolute favorite dishes in the summertime when you have fresh peaches. We also have a few more peach recipes coming out really soon, and I realize that I forget to tell you all about my email list all the time. I have an email list where I send out new recipes, recipe inspiration for the current season that it is. So if you're trying to figure out what to make right now, it's a great resource for that. So if you go to my website, farmhouseonboone.com, right on the homepage, you will see a spot where you can put in your name and email under the Farmhouse favorite sourdough recipes. So I'll send you a book with over 50 of my favorite sourdough recipes for you to download. and then I will also start sending you new recipes as they come out. If you're in a rut and you're looking for seasonal inspiration, that's an email I send out every single week. I also do put on that email information about new podcast episodes, because there's a new podcast episode every single week that I forget to talk about here. But if you're looking for something to listen to while you're caring for your home, doing laundry, cleaning, dishes, that's a weekly podcast I've been running for 5 years now. I think if you enjoy my videos here on this channel, you'll like the podcast as well. I'll also leave a little link down below where you can sign up for the email list. For my water kefir flavoring, I strained off all of the herbs and added in some honey. A couple of weeks ago, I went to the Modern Homesteading Conference up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, the second year in a row to head up there. And it's really fun because I meet so many great people. When I go out and about, I see people that follow the channel, but just here and there. You know, I'm not a celebrity. I can walk right into Walmart, nobody knows me, which is how I'd like it to be. But in a situation where I'm in very much an in-niche type of thing, a place where I'm speaking, it seems that there are a lot of like-minded people who also do watch the channel. And so I can put a lot of names to faces of those of you who are watching. One of the people I met was the owner of Cox's Honey. So you saw I sweetened my kombucha flavoring or my water kefir flavoring with Cox's Honey. It's delicious. I brought it home in my suitcase. I also got some creamed honey, and I also met Cian from Farmhouse Teas. I already had this flavoring here in our home, but it's the second year in a row that I got to talk to Cian and her family. It is a lovely small family business, and it's always fun to catch up with them. The way I'll do my second ferment to give my water kefir some flavor is first I'm going to allow this to cool so it doesn't kill any of the good bacteria that's in my finished water kefir. And then I will add the sweetened flavoring to one of the flip top airtight bottles with the finished water kefir. And that's what will create that fermentation. The already finished water kefir feeds on the sugar that is in the second ferment. So you can use something like grape juice or cherry juice or pomegranate juice. Really any juice that has a high sugar content. Orange juice works. Or you can do some kind of tea or flavoring that you add either sugar or honey or brown sugar, really something sweet for the good bacteria that is in the finished water kefir to feed off of, and then build up that carbonation in the airtight bottles. I can't make this stuff fast enough because everybody in my family loves it. So it's the reason why I make it for a season. I usually make it all summer long, and then I retire it for a while because I'm usually done keeping up with it. But it's a fun thing to add to our summer kitchen. It just makes it feel like the warmer months, especially because we only get it out during that time of year. It gives it that seasonal aspect for us. I'm out at the farm this morning. I wanted to give you all an update. I'm trying to start to include updates more regularly and not just like a massive update, but just throughout my normal videos include a bit of an update. We have tons to share. So you can see, if you look behind me, you're like, what's that building? That's our garage. And so we are doing a detached garage. I had Brent help with this design as well. And so it is it's the look of a barn. So we're calling it a car barn. You can call it a carriage house, whatever you want to call it. But it will be a gambrel roof barn with a cupola. And really it'll be a garage with a bonus room or office above it is sort of the goal for that. So we'll walk over there shortly. Another thing that's new since last time is they actually did the framing in the back porch area. So I mentioned that they wanted to wait for the windows because to see where everything lines up, because it's a bit of a unique concept that we're going for. See previous house update and original design video. If you need more of the story on the weirdness of that, it's gonna be beautiful, but it's a bit challenging because the windows are kind of a different size, and so they're taking a while to come in. And so we were just going to wait to frame it until we could see exactly where all the windows were. However, now that we have the shop drawings back on the windows, we had a little more confidence to actually start doing the framing in there. We kind of had to because we have the plumber out and the electrician out, and they don't know where to put everything if there aren't walls back here. And so we decided to do it. So let me walk you through that. Okay, so you walk in the back door, like I explained before, only it was abstract. These are the two areas that have the built-in cabinetry. This is the door for the guest bath, the door for the laundry. So we'll just have washer dryer, and then I want to put the washer on this side, even though it's usually the opposite. So that way the door opens up, not out. So I can do built-ins all along here and do like our family closet-ish thing. It's a small room, but I know we can make it work very efficiently. And then guest bath. The reason this wall goes like this is to line up with those windows. So this is the mullion between the windows, and this will just be where the sink goes. So it'll be a nice even spot. Now originally we are going to bring the sink up and then only have it jog over to meet the window there. But the reason we didn't do that is just for sacrificing closet space. But I decided I'd rather this look right and sacrifice closet space. Luke and I have never had a closet or a big closet you can actually walk in. So I think we'll be just fine. We could always put an extra dresser in our room as well. A much larger bathroom, which I'm excited about. And then I can show you the actual size of the pantry now because there's a wall up. All the pantry space. Very excited. And then this is the wall that the cabinetry from Kennebec will go to. A lot of people are very concerned that we're having the fridge and freezer not in the kitchen but in the pantry, but it's really truly just steps away from the work surface. Let me show you. So this is where the fridge freezer will be, and then my island will be right here. So I could have either put it here and put a cabinet there or vice versa, and I will be getting things from this little pantry cabinet, like baking supplies, as often as things from the fridge. So really, to me, it was kind of like just choose which one goes where. Since I figured it'd be about equally convenient or inconvenient, however you want to look at it, to have all my baking stuff in the pantry or all my fridge freezer stuff, I just chose the thing that's prettier. And to me, the cabinetry is going to be a lot prettier than a fridge freezer. So that's kind of why I chose, but they're both very close to my work surface. Another update is the two chimneys. So since we're just doing wood stoves, these are Chase chimneys. We left a 4-inch brick ledge, so it'll look brick all the way up, but just the wood stove on the inside will tie into that. And then we also have one on the other side for our cook stove. Okay, so here's the chimney on the other side. Again, it'll have brick all around it. And then you will see inside of the sunroom the back of the chimney to make it look like an addition, which I'm just really excited. I'll show you. All right, so here's the quote unquote car barn. It'll have the little hay thing. What do you call that thing? I think we've decided it's called either a widow's peak or a hay hood. There's a lot of different things people call it. Now, ideally for a barn structure on a farm, I feel that they are further away from the house aesthetically, but since this is our garage, there's only so far you can put it and it still be functional. But I still think it fits in with the property once it's all sited, and we're going to put some stone on it as well. I think it'll tie in nicely. Don't forget to use my link in the description box below and use coupon code FARMHOUSE50 to shop my ThredUp favorites and get 50% off your first order plus free shipping.